we'd like to get a few independent pieces added to Parkview. No, I'm okay with that. I'll just tell you when to quit. So as you can see, this is the Parkview playground. We'd like to add some more swings there, which would require moving the fence, so that's something we need to talk about further. But there is enough room on the playground to add a few other independent play pieces that would give some of those different ranges of motion.
So you would think by code you can move this fence back?
Yeah, that's what
Right.
we've discussed as a team.
And what about the water level? I mean, we just had a little adventure again. What happened to the water level, Becky? How high did this go?
It got up to past that paved driveway up to that grass.
So that's the only concern I had would be like, okay, you're moving more into that zone.
Right.
So as long as it's things that could handle water.
Right, and yeah, that's where we put more swings, and that would be all we put over there.
Okay, okay.
So those other independent pieces would just fit in some of the open spaces that already exist on our current playground. So we would, as a PTA, we need to use some of those funds from last year. As a PTA, we can't have our balance in our checkbook exceed what our annual budget is. So we are kind of in a spot where we need to spend something this summer. So we're not breaking the bylaws of the PTA business.
Well, you'll have the fundraiser now coming up here, so the end of May here, the
Right.
little fundraiser. You'll have that revenue, that'll help. So
Correct.
you can do both of them for some big equipment
Hopefully.
hopefully.
The middle school is going to require a little bit more planning and thinking. So these are the pieces we'd like to put at Parkview. Again, just to get those different kinds of motion for the students. Yoli Sanchez, our occupational therapist, has looked at this, and this would even be helpful in a lot of her therapies. A lot of this stuff she has to do indoors, and so these are things that she would be able to utilize as well. So the rocker, the Omni Spin, the climber, and then a few small spinners. And then eventually we'd like to get more swings at Parkview. Again, that's something that's going to take a little more planning and thinking before we act on that. So that'll be a future phase. The second phase would happen a year from now, next summer. So you can go to the next slide. This is again looking at the middle school. So that red area is our existing playground. We need to rip that out. The pink area is where we'd like to put the Ninja Warrior course. And then the blue area is where we'd like to build in some playground pieces that can be accessible to all students, including the hill slide, and then that global motion spinner, and probably another type of swing that's designed for a few students to share that would also be safe for handicapped students as well.
So now this aerial view was done before it was updated, like this is Google Earth.
This is Google Earth like last May, so yeah, that is a little outdated.
So the good news as far as the asphalt was all redone this last summer, and as far as the drainage goes, it's been working fine. If anything, we have a little bit of erosion. It's located right here now because it's draining the way that it's supposed to. So we have some work we probably want to do with that, but at least you've got a good base down there to work with.
Yeah.
So.
Right, so then looking at the middle school, phase 2 again would be a year from now, and this was just kind of a sketch, so you can skip to the next. These would be the things we do at the bottom of the hill, phase 2, which would be summer of 2020. Again, the hill slide, a group swing, some type of climber, and then the global motion. Just some independent pieces, but utilizing the existing landscape to our benefit.
So just kind of put things in context, like that hillside with climbers, that's really unique.
Yeah.
What is the cost of it?
I think like 30,000.
Oh, okay, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
That's an amazing piece of equipment.
Yeah.
What do they put down? What's the base? What do they put down?
That's that rubberized stuff, that rubberized material. So we do have a member on our playground planning team, Alan Schroffnagel. One of our concerns last spring when we first started kind of brainstorming this stuff was the photo of this particular slide is a more tropical location. So we kind of questioned, is this even feasible in Wisconsin? And Alan felt confident it is. So.
Kids go up and down the hill all winter long. Imagination Station in Oconomowoc, they have that product, that rubberized product, and throughout the years it seems to me like I'm there quite often in summer, and it's weathered very well.
Yeah, that's a really neat playground. So, and then the last phase would be the Ninja Warrior course, and that we'd like to see accomplished by summer of 2021. So at this point, the playground planning team, I think is in, a pretty strategic spot. We've contacted Leslie Hirschberger, who has worked with a lot of local funding sources, and we think we have some pretty solid plans here. She's given us some feedback, and we're planning to move forward and see what kind of local funds we can tap into and move from there.
I've got a question with the grass. I'm sure this was set up like this before somewhere else with the grass, so we're gonna have some issue when it gets used, that's gonna turn the mud out there, and how do you,
Well, I don't think that's going to be grass. That's
Okay.
kind of turf.
a turf?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and Charlie Kirchberg has participated in his planning team as well, and he said, yeah, we're not gonna mow around all that stuff. So, no, we would have some other kind of surfacing
Yeah, okay.
there for that. Good question.
What's your estimate of cost compared to what you have now?
For the whole thing,
For the whole-
all three,
no,
like about
no.
$300,000 is what we're thinking.
You got a great vision.
You know, lay with a baseball bat in the wall.
And you said a couple of things that Lily would be able to use, is there other stuff that, so you can put her in a swing maybe where she's strapped in, and then something other than that, in a spinner?
Well,
besides the
Lily could use the slides. Lily's mom is actually a part of our planning team as well. So I think that's another reason I feel pretty comfortable presenting these concepts. She's kind of given us the thumbs up on the pieces we've chosen. Many of our students who use wheelchairs can get out of them, so that roller slide into the hill, the kids could actually climb those climbers you saw next to them and get to the top of the hill and use the slide. Lily could get inside the global motion and sit in there as it's spinning. So I think her mother's stamp of approval on this makes me feel good that what we're wanting to put here is something that's not just going to benefit our students, but can benefit the community. That's kind of how we're looking at this as well, and why we're going to seek some community funding is there isn't anything that is really handicap accessible in the city of Mayville. So this is a project that would benefit our entire community.
This won't be fenced in, this will be open,
Yeah.
people, so it's,
You can get on school
it's a
property.
bad liability or
So
anything,
that's open.
isn't it?
No,
Okay.
I mean, no more liability than what we already have. If anything, it's updated equipment so.
State law changed liability, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
for school districts in their favor for
Really?
keeping stuff open.
Excellent plan.
It's actually, I think, when you have it all fenced in and you say you cannot come in, I think you actually take on more liability.
Yeah, I know, you go into Milwaukee, and years ago, everything was fenced. You had to wait till they opened the parks up. It was kind of a issue, but.
I think the other nice thing about something like this is, there aren't very many places in the city for our young teens who can't drive yet to hang out. We've got the coffee shop and we've got McDonald's, but there aren't a lot of outdoor things for them to do. And so that would be something, it would be nice to see 13 to 15-year-olds go ninja warrioring on the weekends.
Mhm.
So
Coffee shop, my 13-year-old daughters are going there to the coffee shop.
Speaking of that, frisbee golf, that's something that people
That's
used to
something
do.
we actually bought with some of our fun run profits last year. We did buy a portable frisbee golf set for the kids to haul in and out of the school. So they do have that at the middle school actually.
Yeah, tough part is while school's in session, we can't exactly have them. Just, okay, now we're going over here. Here we go. We need to be able to supervise them.
Yeah.
So can't just have them built permanently.
Right.
Just encourage them
Right.
to use them during the day. You can have them here in town though. Cool, awesome.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
So you come back next fall and we get to celebrate some of the things you're able to accomplish this summer?
Oh yeah, actually we even have a kickoff date planned. So we're kind of on a timeline to really see this through. So September 20th is going to be our kickoff event at the middle school. So mark your calendars.
So do you want to introduce any relatives that you have?
Oh, sure. This is Nicole Schaefer. She is a star member of the playground planning team, and she is the PTA treasurer. So,
Oh,
Hello,
This looks like a good plan forward that is gonna be very needed.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
A lot of energy went into it, a lot of collaboration. Jessica, he's got very, want to see it through, very committed to doing the job, so that's awesome.
Pool fence is the biggest problem. The fence, pool fence.
Oh, for Donna Parker?
Coulter's asked question related to this. Obviously, they're not gonna raise that much money through fund runs.
Well, they did $17,000 last
Well,
year.
they're doing really
Not
good.
300.
300,000 is a
That's a lot.
lot of money. Are we looking at budgeting some of
Yes.
this into our?
We are right now working on our capital maintenance budget for 2019-20. You know, so in the past few years, we've been at about $150,000 per year committed towards just maintaining, fixing. And so this did come up last week, Thursday, in our meeting. We know your dollar amount is daunting, and we are talking about what can we do with our local dollars to help start chipping away. I'd encourage you to keep coming again for those innovation grants. I think what to me is very compelling, the story is about equity and access, right? And when you get to share stories, say, hey, look, not all of our kids can get access to this, and we're actually downing equipment to failing equipment, and just it doesn't get replaced. I mean, that's a great story to be telling as far as coming in with requests. Like, absolutely, whatever we can do. So that is a topic of discussion. Just came up. Some of the equipment, I just saw the presentation. I asked that same exact question. What can we do? How can we be a part of this? So stay tuned, absolutely. There's roofs that have to be repaired, you know, that kind of stuff. But when you see the needs, awesome. So this is the first time, last summer was the first time that playground equipment actually came to me for needs of support. So thank you for advocating, and we'll absolutely be partners that'll help take this on. So, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Continue.
Next to me. Yep. Okay. We have been busy behind the scenes working with a committee, a K-12 math committee, to look at a brand new math adoption for the 2019-20 school year. With that comes professional development that we need to coordinate. So we are wrapping up the recommendation for a K-12 system, and we're going to be meeting on Monday, April 8th to pull that together. So with the understanding that we need to start coordinating PD this next summer, we were hoping that the C&I committee members could meet on Tuesday, April 9th or Wednesday, April 10th. And I believe the committee members need to meet in the evening. Is that right? So who's on our, I didn't have a chance to go look right at it before. So C&I committee, it's Dave and Ron and Nubby?
I believe so.
Yep, got it. Okay, so what is the best time to meet if we were to meet on the 9th or 10th? So Tuesday or Wednesday?
I don't think it matters much.
I think either one, I'll have to look.
So at night though?
Yeah, that's fine.
So right now, Becky, did it kind of stand out at all, on Becky, Beth, Lee, as far as a preference when we talked earlier about Tuesday or Wednesday?
And at night, you're speaking about what time?
Yeah, so as soon as it would work for you, the staff are here until 3:45, so how soon could you make it?
I just need to know.
April, yep, next week. So Ron, it's up to you then.
What time?
So how soon could you make it?
What time are you saying
We
now?
have a training on the 9th until 4.
Yeah, we're here till 4 o'clock at the district office, in a workshop, so it could be any time after 4 o'clock.
I just have to quit somewhere early and come, so.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Right, so we'll say 4:15, get it rolling, or 4:30?
How
Let's
long
say
is this
4:30.
meeting? How long is this meeting?
We probably say 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Don't ever believe that.
45 minutes, so we stick to, yes,
5 minutes.
45 to an hour. I'm not talking, so it might go faster.
Okay.
So on the 9th,
So we're gonna go April 9th at, 4 o'clock. No, we're not. 4:30. 4:30. And the one topic will be K-12 math curriculum. So we've looked at best practices out there, we looked at ed reports, we did site visits, you name it. We'll share with you our adventure behind the scenes and what the recommendation is. Okay? So 4:30 on Tuesday. Awesome. Thank you for that. Tomorrow, Employee Benefits Advisory Committee. We've invited the Personnel Committee from the board, so 3 board members. We've invited you. It is still open session, so other people can attend. So it's at 3:30, and we're looking at our renewal. We already did. This is kind of the last call, looking at renewal options and also a dual option for our plans and the savings that come along with that. So it's good stuff overall. So instead of looking at a $100,000 increase, we're looking at like $4,000 savings, which is wowzers. We've not been able to do that for a while. So we're hoping that that goes over well with the personnel committee. So, because that will end up coming to the full board at the April 15th board meeting. Okay? So legislative breakfast is April 5th. There's a special.
10:30.
Right? Okay. So
10:30.
did that make it to everybody asked to come to that?
I know we were
It's a
invited.
finance workshop, so it's a special speaker. I'm inundated with my email account right now, I can't keep up, so, the legislative breakfast starts early, done by 10:30 for a finance workshop. So we have a walkthrough on April 8th of the new safe, secure entrance and office spaces. So that wing right now, so the band, the music wing that once was just tech ed and the music department, it is very close to being done, which is exciting. So the hallway floor is done, the bathrooms for students in that area, those are done. They're getting doors on the office area, all the carpet's done, last round of painting. The furniture install for that, which is important because like right now, the desk, the reception desk, there's nothing there. So sometimes furniture actually looks like it's a permanent part of the building. So that's the solution that we created for the office space. So the furniture install is the following week. It's the, let's see, it's the 15th, so 15th, 16th, and 17th, 3 days to get that. It's called Phase 4. So it's pretty exciting to know that we're on Phase 4 when Phase 5 is the last phase. So that's good stuff. So you're welcome to come on up and check it out anytime. So that area is not a hard hat zone, so you can just walk on into those spaces. So Tuesday, April 9th, we were just referring to a workshop. Ted Knightsky, leader of CISA 6, he's coming for our 3rd round of strategic planning workshop with our team. And after that, he'll be working with just the administrators, and then soon there'll be a time when he's coming and working with the Board of Education. So it's good stuff, and the staff really enjoyed working with him. The last workshop that we had with him, the challenge was, when I come back, you better show me evidence that they're using the tools. And we absolutely are using these resources, and it's just, I would say, great to have more of a system-wide lens at our school improvement initiative. So that's been a big goal of mine since I got here, so that's good stuff. The middle school has literacy night on April 11th. Lee, does the high school have something on April 11th?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. I just had kind of a save the date for that, and I didn't think it was happening. The personnel committee, with all the next board meeting, in open session, you're gonna get a budget update, kind of state of the state. And we're doing okay. We are declining enrollment, and depending on what happens with the state of Wisconsin, we will have some reductions that we have to make. So that, the first round of discussion as far as reduction goes, it really does need to occur with the personnel committee. So on Friday, April 12th, is there a time that would work well for the committee members during the day? I can make anything work after 11 o'clock. I can make early work or after 11 o'clock.
Is there any way to make a personnel committee as a whole, and do it after the meeting before? Well, no, it's.
We figured we're gonna do it on the 15th. We will. So there will be everybody together on the 15th, is what I thought. So this would be asking, you know, sharing with that group before, and then just literally the next business day, it'll be with the whole entire board. So, any thoughts as far as the time goes?
Interesting.
Anytime for me.
Want to do it right after lunch?
My calendar's open now, so.
Okay. So how about noon?
About
One?
one.
One? Okay. Lunch is at noon. One is
Well,
at, yeah,
I have
yeah.
commitments for somebody's lunch, so.
Okay, it's smack dab in the middle of the other one. So 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock on the 12th, personnel
Yep.
committee meeting.
Yep, and I'll get you the agenda stuff for that. That'll be closed session, so we'll have to be very specific what we're doing. Really, the reality of it is we're talking about the impact of the budget, okay? And
So you're doing a
then
closed session or a board meeting on the next day?
we'll be in closed
The next
session also
Monday.
on Monday.
Okay, all right.
So you'll have another closed session
Hour.
and then come out and take action if you feel comfortable. If not, we'll have to schedule another meeting, okay? So I think we'll be good. So then, yeah, the next board meeting is April 15th. And what's important for us, but we have to meet state statute timelines for any contract changes for teachers. So that's why, okay, so we've been meeting, the people behind you have spent 3 days, close to 3 days with me, talking about the overall budget, figuring out what's working well, what do we need to add in actually, because even though we know in advance that there is a deficit budget for us, we're not, the CPI increase is 2.44%, and I could keep going. So we know that there's some increased costs there, but we also have to look at our programs and what are we missing that we have to add in. So we may have to make some reductions, but we actually have to do a little extra scoop sometimes, adding some things in based upon student needs. So you'll see us asking for some recommendations here, while at the same time making some frugal recommendations for reduction too. So, but I am coming here with hope and saying, hey, we're good, I think we're good, we just have to go through this process. So, okay, so that would be it for my report. I know we also have Kara here as a guest tonight, so please work our way down, and Kara's gonna be actually speaking to one of the items on the agenda tonight.
Well, let's go with Becky first.
All right. So things happening at Parkview. This coming Friday, kind of to kick off Severe Weather Week, which is next week, we have one of the weather team from CBS 58 coming to Parkview. We're going to do a little 45-minute presentation with our kiddos about severe weather and how to be safe during severe weather season, has some scientific demonstrations to give to the kids. So that's going to kick off our the upcoming Severe Weather Week. We also have a lot of cultural experiences for the Parkview kids the next couple of weeks. I'm sure Bob will speak to it, but the Mayville Middle School is putting on Seussical the Musical this upcoming weekend. And Mrs. Kruger and the cast of that musical has invited Parkview to come on Thursday and get a chance to watch the musical. So we are going to travel over, along with our afternoon 4K kids, enjoy the 3rd and 4th grade, and watch Seussical the Musical this upcoming Thursday afternoon. And then a week from Thursday, we are headed to the West Bend Silver Lining Theater to see Madagascar the Musical. So our kids are getting a lot of opportunities to kind of show their Cardinal Way stuff out in the community. So we're very excited to be able to take the kids out and about. And in extension to that, the 2nd graders are staying in West Bend the entire day. The work that Jessica Stortz has done with our kids in a fundraiser called Original Works, where the kids get to create some art, and then it becomes anything and everything grandparents and parents and aunts would want to purchase. It could be on a mug, it could be on a notebook, it could be on a coaster. That fundraiser has raised enough money that our 2nd graders are also going to then take advantage of being in West Bend to go see the Wisconsin Museum of Art, which is housed in West Bend as well. So the 2nd graders get to make it a whole day. So we're very excited to get a chance to go there. So a lot of cultural experiences, like I said, for Parkview these next couple of weeks. And then also just a shout out to our PTA. They sponsored the 15th annual lip sync this last Friday. At a different venue. We were at the middle school this year versus the high school because of the construction going on. But we said we could house about 100 less people. We had to turn people away, but we did have 302 people still able to attend the lip sync. at the new venue. Mr. Fink's wife won raffle baskets, it was very exciting. So a shout out to the PTA because that is an amazing event that they put on and families come and it's a fun evening for all who are involved.